sense. Really helpful commentary there. We're going to keep moving here. So next up is Playa Management. Becky actually submitted this one, and interested to hear your comments. What's your take, Becky?
Initially, I think it's going to try to load some things here. Maybe not. I think it's working on it. You have a couple testimonials that come in a dynamic fashion, and honestly, I think it's just kind of, I think it dates the site. I think it's not necessary. I know just from doing design, those are stock images. Those are not real people. So then it makes me wonder if the testimonials are real. If you're going to put a large hero image like that on there and take up that real estate, I would maximize that space. I would have a very clear call to action for property management services. Do you need property management services? Hire us now, get started, get a rental analysis, and really take advantage of that space at the top. Same thing for right below the image. When I first came here, I thought the site was broken because it's very blank right there. There's nothing there. So I kept waiting for something to happen. As soon as you start scrolling, it does load this image that kind of goes through their offerings, and you can scroll a little bit and you'll see that. But it takes up way too much space. I don't think it provides any valid anything. You can't I think you can hover over it, but to show more content, but I don't know that it really does anything. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can. Becky,
okay.
Just one question for you. You dinged them for stock images and you didn't even stop to justify that. I feel the same way. I have a very negative feeling whenever I see stock images, but just conceptually, can you tell us why stock images fundamentally are a good or bad idea?
I don't mind stock images for the hero banner. That's fine. Most times people don't have their own images that are high enough resolution. The last thing you want to do is to put a very low quality image on your website because it really, affects the overall look of it. I think it's where they used them to put it on a testimonial.
I see.
That's supposed to be Jim, but I know that's a stock photo, so I know that's not the real person giving the testimonial. So if you can't tie a face to the testimonial that's given, I would just not put it. I would put the testimonial on, but I would not tie a stock image to a testimonial.
Makes sense.
But
Totally
stock
agree.
images are fine for banners because a lot of times people can't provide, their own high resolution images. We use those all the time. So then we get to this graphic, and while it's pretty and nice, I would probably put it on an inner page of the site. I do think it takes up too much real estate. I think it's better to just have, use the same information in a more graphical way so the eye is drawn to it. And then, obviously provide clear calls to action to get into the main services of the site. You can scroll down a little bit. Okay. The free ebook is good. I think people do like things like that. I think as long as there's not a lot of information to fill out, I think that's okay. I like the why an expert property management section. I believe if you scroll down just a little bit more, I don't think, right. I would put, a call to action there to either request a quote or get a rental analysis between going into the properties. The quote request is at the very bottom of the page, and you can't always rely on somebody scrolling to the very bottom to get there. You really have to think of the overall design as a journey and how people are going to react to the site. Sometimes they come in right away and they'll click the navigation. Sometimes they'll scroll all the way down and then kind of work their way back up. And sometimes they'll read everything and they'll respond halfway through. So it's really important to provide different sections that are graphically appealing, simple, clean, that can evoke some sort of response to let them click through to where they want to go. In this case, to find out more about your property management services.
So I thought that this with the free ebook, putting this all the way down below this relevant graphic was a huge missed opportunity. We can't know if this ebook is actually quality, but the fact you actually had some kind of a content asset that could conceivably be of value should definitely be higher up on the page. And then if we do click on the free ebook offer, this is what we're given. So right now, we have no idea if this is a good ebook or not. It's not being sold at all. All we're giving a form. Bad idea on that part. We're going to keep moving here. Next up is Worth